Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good evening. I am Salmia from the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. This is lecture 1 part 2, which is on CSR. Remember that this module 1 we're going to be talking about engineers, CSR, and also project management. In this part 2 we're going to look at the corporate social responsibility, which is normally known as CSR. Now, if we look at the business dictionary, it is defined as a company's sense of responsibility towards the community and environment, which is both ecological and social, in which it operates. Companies normally express this or their citizenship through many ways. One, through their waste and pollution reduction processes. Second, by contributing educational and social programs. And third, by earning adequate returns on the employed resources. Now, some people will also define CSR and include the idea of philanthropy and volunteering concepts. Now, let's forget about what people define or how people define CSR. If you reflect upon CSR, how would you feel? What sort of concept will you associate with CSR? Anyone? Try to think. Take a few seconds to think. Now, if we look at CSR, we can say that it is about the spirit of giving. Yeah, let's consider a horizontal way of concept where one extreme end is the act of giving or providing, where you have one provider, and the other end of the horizontal line is the receiving end, where you have people to receive whatever being given by the giver or provider. Think about that as a spirit of giving, right? So you can see CSR as a spirit of giving, and it will only happen effectively or become successful if there are two ends. Yeah? It takes two to make it happen, the giver and the receiver. All right, and I would like also you to see CSR as a value-adding activity or processes. Now, if you could take a few minutes, right, stop this video or recording for 1 or 2 minutes and write down what you think of CSR based on your experiences and your thoughts. Reflect upon it, and after that you continue listen to this video or recording. Now, values is subjective. It depends on how you see values. It depends on the experience, the position, or the kind of business that one company does. Okay, so again, what we call this, values are subjective. And if you are asked, where should big corporations or companies be spending their CSR resources? Yeah? First, number one, it is always about value creations. Yeah, I circle in the slide CSR as value creation. Now, companies want to do something that in return it is strategic. Yeah? It is strategic in many ways, which has to be aligned to the vision and mission of that company. Now, you can think of in a three concept about the purpose of doing it, the impact of doing it, and the benefits of doing the CSR or spending the resources on the CSR or not only on the receiver end, but the company as a whole. Okay, let us talk about values. Values to company has one set of description, and values to the receiver perhaps have a different descriptions. Okay, these are one of the reasons why companies engage in CSR activities. One is about image. They wanted to improve the organizational image or public image. This will give like a positive social responsibility, improves a company's public image and relationship with consumers. Yes, some consumers will have more desire to buy the products of a company or to be engaged with a company if they know that a company are doing some CSR, especially when the company help in, for example, improving the ecosystem in that area or in that community. Second is to increase media coverage. If you have a very strong CSR program, this will become viral, and the impact will become larger and more meaningful. Second is to boost employee engagement. Corporate social responsibility helps attract and retain engaged and productive employees. And the fourth one, it attracts and retain investors. If the investors see that by having a CSR projects which will be recognized by the local government, then probably the investors have more confidence in the capability of that company, in getting the support from the government. Now, we can also see the CSR program from the level of engagement. The level of engagement. You can, if you look at the slides here, there are like 4 facets or phases that people can look into. One is approach to societal issues. And then organizational dynamics, measurement of outcomes, approach to collaboration, and approach to government. And let us take one aspect, which is measurement of outcomes. Now, there are 3 levels. The first weak level is people do measurement confined to financial contribution and the societal outcome of programs not evaluated properly. Now, a better progress and more involved is a baseline data track and key social needs are identified, and also measurement system has been established to track outcomes. And finally, the best sort of level in these 3 level engagement is excuse me, the programs include robust measurement of business and societal outcomes, and the company can articulate the contribution to the societal needs. So when people do CSR, they have to be mindful of what level of engagement that they do to bring about a more effective impact of their initiatives. Now, the second one is CSR is seen as risk management. How can it be? CSR activities become a form of risk management effort. Okay, let's look at here. Generally, when you have CSR engagement, it can be a platform for reducing operational impact, reducing operational risks, and supports external relationship. Now, when we talk about risk, there are 4 general areas of risk. Yeah, one is the supply chain, which is country-specific, such as human rights abuses, or economy-specific risks such as pollution, and also the operational risks related to the compliance with regulation, employee satisfaction, and dangerous operation. And also for the product, this covers the use of hazardous raw materials. So we need to be very careful on this aspect. And the 4th one is the societal expectation. So there are 4 areas to that. And some of the tactics that can be included in improving CSR activities so that it supports risk management is workshops to engage with staff and suppliers to explore areas of risk, and also develop interactive intranet sites that showcase examples of good practice or build in opportunities for promotion, and also review company policy and procedures to ensure values are consistent. For example, for the procurement, recruitment, training, and other important processes in the organization. And also consult and involve staff for more in the running of a business. Provide feedback questionnaires for employees, customers, and suppliers to show the organization is living its values. Now, there are compelling reasons why a company engage in CSR. Yeah, one is for moral obligation. I think after this we can have discussion. You can discuss with your fellow classmates on this aspect. How is it CSR can be seen as a moral obligation, as a form of supporting sustainability, where the sustainability of the company, of the environment or program that supports the community, and also the very license to operate and crucial contracts themselves with governments and other entities. And finally, CSR initiatives may be supported due to reputation impact. I think much of the things that a company can get is because it gives a good image. Yeah, it's more on the reputation impact on the company. Now let's look at the last one, CSR as a corporate philanthropy. I have 2 minutes to cover this, but you can read on your own. But generally, philanthropy is more engaged because when they do activities, CSR activities, it is meant to eradicate or reduce the root cause of the problems in society, rather than just giving charity. It's beyond charity. All right. So you can also see philanthropy as the spirit of love for others, and also the desire in supporting the welfare of others. Some of the things that philanthropy initiatives that can be done is through sponsorships, charities, but more extended, fundraising, grant making, change agents, and volunteering. Okay, these are some of the things that can be associated with philanthropy initiatives, which can be organizational as one big group, or privately by an individual. Now I have 30 seconds. I would like to talk about success story here. Please refer to some of the videos given in the slides. You can just click it and link it automatically. Some videos on the successful by some corporates, and these are also some example from the assignment of the students. Thank you.